Hello, this is Joe. I am here because I got a request on how do you do multiple outputs from your computer, like to your headphones and to your speakers, and then you control the volumes independently with a MIDI device such as the Korg nanoKNTRL2. So this tutorial is to show how I set that up on my PC, and hopefully you'll find it helpful. So let's get started. First thing you'll need to do is you'll need to download a software called VoiceMeeter Banana. It's a free open source. It's a volunteer pay what you like kind of thing. And you can go here to vb-audio.com/voicemeeter to download it. And down below here is the zip package, or if you want to install it, such as I did, you can click the install button. And when you run the installation, after it gets done, it'll ask you to reboot, and then you do so. And I've skipped those steps in this quick tutorial. The next thing after you do that, when you boot up, is you'll need to go out and pick the volume device. So if I go down here to the little speaker here, you can see here's my volume overall, and here's my input that says what am I using. Before it was, oh, I'm using this Dell audio, and I changed it. Actually, I think it changed on itself to be VoiceMeeter input. This is important when we run the software, so we can then route that to the actual audio places we need to go. So once that's selected, you can launch VoiceMeeter. And the first thing I would do if you're planning on using it is going into menu, and down on here I would go ahead and say run on system startup. I'd probably also put it in the system tray. After that, we can go in here and we need to set up our multiple audio outs. So here's this hardware out up in this corner. We want to set A1 to be one of your outputs. So I'll route that to my monitor. We set A2 to be another output. So here is the speakers on my laptop. And then you want to make sure these are selected. That's for playback actually. But this shows whether or not the A1 device is selected. The important ones are here on the virtual inputs. You'll notice that my volume control is called VoiceMeeter input VB audio, VoiceMeeter VAIO. So that is this virtual input right here. And so I want to turn on A1 and I want to turn on A2. See, that's off and that's on. And that says I want to route my audio to that device. Once I get both of these on, you'll notice over here in this section, here's my master section, A1. This is the actual volume out for that channel. And when I do my volume controls, it will adjust that. So this one is for my Dell monitor and this one's for my laptop volume. And there's a mute button. Okay, that's easy enough. There are plenty of tutorials on YouTube, and it was easy enough to figure out my own. The next step was, well, how do I hook this to my Korg nanoKNTRL2? It's a little MIDI controller that I've already plugged in. So on this, I can go down here. There is a section called MIDI mapping most of the way down. And you go down in here, and you'll see here in the corner here, there's MIDI input device. I can use the drop down. I can pick the device. It picked it for me in this particular case. And now I'm ready to start programming. What does each fader do? So in this case, I'm interested in doing this fader gain for A1 with my first device. So I'm going to go to the next page here. Here is gain of bus A1. So I say learn. And then on my MIDI device, I'm going to slide the fader for the thing I'm trying to learn here, so it can detect it and say, oh, what is that? So it says, oh, that's control change 0. So now it knows that that's what I want that fader to do. So bus A2, I can unclick that. I can click learn for bus A2. And here I can use my second fader to say I want to control my volume for my laptop output. So that happens to be control change 1 on the Korg nanoKNTRL2. Your device may be different. Similarly, I'm going to go down here. I'm done with him. I can say I want to mute press A1, I want a mute button on my Korg Nano Control. I can click learn, I press the button, it says, oh, that's that. Great, and I'll do the same thing for the second one. So once I've done that, I can save it, the MIDI map, and I'm going to go ahead and I'll just call it Banana. It doesn't really matter. And great, I want to replace it. Now that's good. So now I can close the MIDI mapping. And obviously you can't see my Nano Control, but as I move it, here's the volume down there. It now moves the volume. And so as I change volume and I do playback and things like that, that will work properly. And that's pretty much all there is to it. I hope this was helpful. So have a good one.